Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Letitia. I hope that you all are doing well. Two reasons why I'm going live again today is, or not again today, but again this week. Yesterday, I did a spontaneous live, and I had several people in the house with me. So after I filmed it, the video apparently whatever did not upload to the channel. So the title and thumbnail for yesterday's live was the two-faced tomato. Okay. And everybody saw the tomato on the thumbnail. I've never grown a tomato that ripens all on one side and then ripened, and it's starting to ripen on the other side. So I wanted to show that again because I don't know what happened to the video. And y'all, I swear, I mean, I've done this enough to where I know what to do, know what buttons to push. And it seems like I just don't know. It's not there. There were several folks in there. Backyard Gardener was in there yesterday. Lev Farmer. I thought Diva Jones was, but apparently she wasn't. Melanie was there. UT33. Mo Homestead was in there. So like everybody knows what I'm talking about. I think if you are going to view this video in a few minutes, you all remember the two-faced tomato. I'm going to show it again, but that footage is gone and it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, sometimes like in the past I've had to find it and make sure it uploads to my playlist, the live stream playlist, which that's fine. But I mean, there's no trail at all of that footage. So that's why I titled it again, the two-faced tomato, the story untold, because it's gone. So I'm going to tell it again. I'm hoping some people will come in the house. A couple people said what's up earlier, but I hope you all received the notification. That's another thing. People are saying they're not getting the notifications. So I tried to do little mini videos letting everybody know that I was going to be live. But that's didn't post either. And so I'm not sure what's going on. I really don't know. Yeah. So let me tell the story of what happened yesterday. I had this tomato in the windowsill ripening with some other fruits, and I had it facing the whole body of the tomato facing the window straight forward, and only one side of the tomato ripened. The other side stayed green. And I was like, well, that's weird. I didn't have it tilted, where one face was only, or one side of the tomato was facing the sun. I'm not sure why it did that, but that's what it did. And today it's still the same. It's starting to ripen on the other side, but it is basically the same. So if you are I have two people in the house. Hey, Linda Holmes, welcome to the house. I'm retelling a story that I told yesterday live, and something happened to the footage, so I'm retelling it again, and then I'm going to talk about some other stuff if I have time to get to that. But I'm going to show y'all this tomato again. I really hope UT can make it back, and Mo Homestead and Backyard Gardener, because everybody was giving me some feedback. But a lot of people have never seen it either, and me neither. So UT 3320, said that maybe it was a Dr. Witchy tomato. And I'm like, you might be right, because I did plant those seeds. I did have plants. Now my labels, throughout the season, who knows where those went? I don't know. But I'm thinking that might be the case. It might be a Dr. Witchy, but I've never grown Dr. Witchy. I've never heard of the temperament of a Dr. Witchy tomato other than it's sweet. And that's why I grew it, because I don't really like very potent tomatoey tasting tomatoes. Okay. Very acidic tomatoes. So I wanted to try other versions, other varieties, specifically the orange ones and the yellow ones, to see if I can find a tomato that I really like. And so here is the tomato. It literally is ripe on one side, green on the other side. It's starting to ripen because I turned it so the green side could ripen yesterday, but it's not even been 24 hours yet since that happened. So, well, maybe about 24 hours. So here it is. Look at that. One side is green. It's a little bit more colorful today, but yesterday is pretty much all green, and one side is fully ripened. And a lot of folks were like, man, you should take a picture. We've never heard of that before. And I did. If you do not follow me on Instagram, I do have an Instagram page. It's at store, STORE _give _love. And I did post a picture there, like, what in the world is going on with this tomato? It's ripe on one side, green on the other. Who would have thunk it, right? So yeah, everybody was kind of giving me some ideas about how to get the other side ripened. I think UT3320. I hope that's what his username is, but the pepper pusher, we know him as the pepper pusher. He was saying put a apple next to it, and it would help it ripen quicker. And he had his whole explanation of that, but that amazed me. And I think Mo Homestead said put a banana next to it, and it will ripen quicker. So it's this side is very soft to touch, not rotted, but soft. It's starting to get a little crinkly in this area, which means that it may be, almost over ripening. But this side is not ripe. Somebody was like, well, cut half, eat the half that's ripe and use the other half for fried green tomatoes. Well, that's could be the case, but I just wanted to share that again. And Miss Angela, were you in the live stream yesterday when I showed this? I mean, you're saying, "Wow, look at that two-faced tomato," but I don't know. I thought you were there too, y'all. I promise I did it. And somebody asked me, "Were you dreaming? Were you high? Were you like?" I'm like, "No, I promise," because Little Big Girl Farmer and Bearded Belly was not here yesterday, and they walked in the door and brought dinner. I'm sure I didn't dream up that whole stream. And we were not together very long. So Miss Angela, you were not with us. Okay. We were not together very long, maybe 10 minutes. But I've done shorter live streams than that, just announcing that I'm having a live stream, and that only takes a couple minutes, and it's posted fine. But for some reason, my live stream yesterday did not post after I finished. So this is the untold story of the two-faced tomato. I'm just telling it again. And that's okay, Miss Angela, that you missed it. I just thought you were there. But hey, Miss Gigi's child, how you doing? Yeah, so the two-faced tomato, one side ripened quickly, and then the other side did not ripen with this side, which is weird. The tomato was sitting on the table just like this in the sun, Once I decided to ripen first. I just, for the life of me, cannot figure out why it would do that, you know. Hey, Diva. Diva, yeah, Diva's convinced I went live in my dreams yesterday. And I'm like, well, heck, that was a heck of a dream because I promise you, I remember doing it. I wish Lead Farmer and some other people, UT, would come in the live so they can confirm that for me. But I'm pretty sure that I was live yesterday. Again, it wasn't very long, but that live stream is complete. I mean, like it's not even showing up. Um, so that's that. I wanted everybody to see that. I'm not sure what the variety is for real. Look, I'm already on here 10 minutes. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know what happened to that video, but yeah, look at there. And it's starting to turn more today. I mean, it was almost purely green on this side, but this side was orange. This side's right, this side isn't. Isn't that something? Yep. And so I just thought it was the coolest thing, but also I was like, why is it doing that? I don't know why. Yeah, it really is really cool. Which has some tomatoes to talk about. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with the tomato harvest this year. Of course, you always want more from your garden, and sometimes people don't. Sometimes they have abundance, but for small gardeners like us, we do want to harvest more. But to be always honest, I didn't even know what to do with what I had. And as far as preserving I mean, that is a test. You harvesting from the garden every day and picking a day that is the right day, because some fruits you might have harvested 3 days ago, they're starting to get really overripe, and then you harvest it today. You don't really need to harvest those because those are, I mean, to preserve those because they're green tomatoes, and you can only fry and eat so many green tomatoes, and then you try to give them away, and you give some away, but you still have a lot. I mean, like I've given away a lot of food this year because I've frozen. The only thing that I've really frozen this year are okra and peppers, and that's a lot of sweet peppers. Well, it's supposed to be sweet peppers, but they're not really sweet. They're a little spicy. And I don't know why that is. Somebody at the farmer's market, y'all, I went to the farmer's market this morning, a different one that is in my neighborhood. I didn't even know they had one. But it's small. All the farmers markets in the west side of the city, the southwest side, are small. They're not as big as the east side ones. Yeah, catch my drift. But that's cool. A couple of them just started down here anyway. So the one that I told y'all about that I went to the first time, a couple weeks ago, they had just opened a couple of months ago. So it's going to take some time. But anywho, we went and purchased some items, and I have a picture of it because I don't feel like picking this laptop up and carrying it through the house, and trying to make sure y'all can see it. So I'm gonna show y'all a picture of the haul from the farmers market that we got. And I mean, again, we just got what we needed right now, but we only spent $8. $8. And we, some to be only honest, it was maybe more like 750, because this one girl was like, yeah, it's like I think we bought a basket of tomatoes. Was it $1? The basket of little cherry tomatoes were $1. But then collards or something from her, and it was extra 50 cents, $1.50 or something. And Joe just went ahead and gave her $2. But I'm gonna show y'all all of this for $2. I mean, sorry, all of this for $8, y'all. I'm gonna get it together in a minute. Look at that. All of that for $8. So we have collards, 3 peaches, 2 cucumbers, a basket of cherry tomatoes, 2 Honeycrisp apples, 2 onions, white sweet onions, and 1 head of cabbage for $8 at the farmer's market. So I was like, wow. They didn't have the boxes like the other market did, the first one that we went to, but it was cool. There was 2 vendors there at this market, just 2, but one vendor had like tons of food. But you could tell some of it he didn't grow, he bought. So I wouldn't like bananas and stuff. And yeah, I wasn't grapes. He had packaged it. Looked like he went to Kroger and bought that stuff and then try to resell it. I wasn't feeling that. So, but I did buy what looked to be homegrown. It had dirt on it, and just looked to be homegrown stuff. Um, a little bit of dirt, not a whole lot. Okay, sorry, y'all. I've been completely ignoring y'all in the chat. Gigi said it's pretty like the tomato. Yeah, it is kind. I mean, interesting. I've never seen that before ever. And Angela's garden sense says, was the ripened side the only part that got? So no, no, it was sitting in the windowsill, like like this. I mean, there was just no. I don't know what happened, but it was sitting like this. There was nothing else. Um, Around it, blocking the sun. I don't know. Um, and then our farmers market has overpriced produce. It is all beautiful and delicious food, but not cheap. I feel that way. Yes, I feel that way that some farmers markets and the notion that you can go to the farmers market and buy so much food and it's cheaper than the store. No, no, I do believe that there are some farmers markets that are way expensive because friends calling me telling me they bought such and such and such and such, and I'm like, wait a minute, I can go to the grocery store and spend that price. They were like, aha, but it doesn't taste the same, and I'm like, okay, I can give you that. Their take is I'll spend it if it's quality and it doesn't taste like store bought food. I'll spend the money. I'm like, okay, I understand. I should save seeds from each side and see what happens next year. Mark the green seeds and the red side. Could it be a hybrid? I don't know. It better not be because the seeds that I purchased were, in my gardener claims that all of his seeds are heirloom seeds. And the Dr. Witchy tomato seeds, I'm pretty sure that's a Dr. Witchy tomato. you know, I bought from him. So I hope it's not a hybrid. I really do. Um, I don't know. I don't know. But the other side is starting to ripen. It's just ripening slowly. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'm just going to let it ride. And if it gets too, because I really want to try the tomato. I also am going to do a video probably, what's today? Saturday. Yeah, probably sometime next week, and just cut into those Aunt German greens, or to make sure they're actually Aunt German greens, because that's what I've been calling them forever. But we'll know if I cut into it, in the flesh and the gel. The gel as well is green. It's like a deep dark green, and it will never change color. That's what's the color of the tomato is. So we'll see. Our farmers market is fairly expensive too. Depends on the grower. Yeah, like this guy today I was like, how much are the peaches? He was like, two for $1. How much are the apples? A specific apple that I pointed out, he was like $3 for $1. How much are the Honey Crisps? That was the two I bought. He said two for $1. He was, everything was something for $1, something for $1. And two or more for $1. And then the lady that sold the collards, that she had collards, kale, those cherry tomatoes, and maybe one other vegetable on her table. And, she had variety prices, $1.50, $1. So, but that was that out of the two that I went. Well, the first one I bought a box. It was like $35 for a box of food, and I showed y'all that box. But the second one was more, just pick them and give me $1. The first market I noticed too, they had all of their prices set per pound, and it was very specific. Um, I don't know if I even know what a bushel of something looks like. The kale, like how many stems of kale do you put in there? How many leaves? I don't, I don't know what to do. So I wonder if she weighs them and then prices them $1.50. Uh, the other, it's just all these things are going through my head because I've thought about selling at the farmers market. This year, this is the biggest my garden's ever been. But next year, I'm going to narrow it down a little bit and focus on just a few, maybe 5 or 6 crops, and be done. This year, I try to grow everything. And I don't know if squash will be on my list next year. I'm really sad about that because I really love zucchini, especially. Um, but this year was a hot mess with them squash. And the years before that I planted, 2 years before, that I've planted squash and grew them, I've never had these many problems. This year was just a hot mess. Like nothing was harvested from those squash and zucchini plants. Nothing. Everything rotted or didn't get pollinated. Or in the 2 years that I grew and was successful, the plants were healthy. I didn't have to I didn't even know what hand pollination was then, so I didn't even do it. So I just I don't know. Um, let's see, is that a Dr. Witchy? That's what, yeah, that's somebody else asked me that yesterday when I did this live and talked about the tomato, and I think it is. I'm not sure because my tag was gone, but I do believe it what is a Dr. Witchy. Dude says also the selling of the grocery store bought goods, shaking my head. I hate it when they do that. Yeah. Mhm. Angela says my sun golds are golden on the outside, but the inside gel sac surrounding the seeds is always green. They are wonderfully sweet. Yeah, I've heard the sun gold. Is it the sun? Yeah, the sun gold tomato, cherry tomato, and then there's another one that everybody talks about that's always sugary sweet, and it's yellow. It's like a yellow tomato. Sun golds and um it's leaving me, but I do want to try the sun gold tomatoes. Um, the gel sack is where the flavor is. Okay. A bushel is a large basket worth. Thank you so much. And you would think growing up on a farm that I would know that stuff, but you know what? To be honest, and this is not a bad thing. It's just you did the work. You didn't really, as far as the business was concerned, they didn't really teach us much about the business. Um, it was just do the work. Like set that plant. I need you to set the plants back in the hole and water them if they don't sit. And hurry up. You know, that's kind of how it was. You know, you got to be faster on the setup. You know, it wasn't. How much do you sell this stuff for? That kind of talk. It wasn't really. You just did the work. And um, I still learned a lot from doing the work, but yeah, as far as the business stuff is concerned, not so much. With zucchini, put some dust near the root and lightly dust the leaves with Captain Jack. Okay for organic gardens. Yes, I've heard of Captain Jack. And I know some people that use that religiously. Also, some people that use cornstarch. Is it cornstarch religiously in their garden? And I never heard of cornstarch before. Dusting with cornstarch. Yeah, I tried everything. I wrapped the soil around the aluminum foil around the stem so I wouldn't have issues with the vine borer. Um, and I think one of my plants might have been affected, but it was in a container at that, so it's weird. But it may have been affected by the vine borer, but the other ones I don't feel that way. I really don't. I just feel like the squash bugs suck the life out of it. And then it we had a drought of a summer this summer. We did not get a lot of rain in the summertime. There was enough in at the beginning of summer or late spring, but not very much in the summer. And so keeping up with watering, I hand water everything. So there's just all kinds of different things. But those squash bugs were absolutely ridiculous this year. They're still crawling around out there. Can't wait till winter comes and kills them all. Like I really can't. I really can. If you don't mind, if you're in the house still, please hitting that like button for me. That would be amazing. Thank you so much. But yeah, we so the Dr. Witchy tomato. I don't know. I'm pretty sure y'all gonna make me hold on. Let me get this seed pack. Let me see if I can find the Dr. Witchy in my uh photo album full of seeds. Yeah, see, that don't look like the Dr. Witchy to me. According to this picture. Now, I've heard some people say that the pictures that he has on his seed packets aren't quite right all the time. I don't know. It's my first time growing stuff, so I'm not sure. But that's what it looks like on the seed pack. Okay. I don't know. Does this look like a Dr. Witchy? Yeah. Yeah, it don't look like a Dr. Witchy to me. Hey, Four Horns, welcome. Sweet 100. I think that's is that gold or yellow tomato? The sweet 100. That sounds familiar too. I be hearing that all the time, but that doesn't really sound like look like a Dr. Witchy tomato to me. This looks more like a beefsteakish type, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't know, but it would fit the name definitely, right? I may have been a plant because I had a few people give me some plants, so I might have been one of those that somebody gave me. Oh, can I just tell you, my heart hurt this year because I had a Brandywine black tomato plant that looked absolutely amazing, and then it just the heat wave came through and wiped out all the blossoms, and it still tried to push through, but I knew I wasn't going to get anything. But isn't this the most beautiful tomato? Look at how gorgeous. Oh, I wanted this tomato so bad. And I tried to I gave my neighbor a tomato plant, a black brandywine tomato plant, and he, never had, and that's really what this it has that same form, you know, like that same character this tomato does, but clearly it's not a brandywine, but that beefsteakish look. But yeah, I heard that too, Miss Angel, that the brand wines can be challenging and they're fussy. But yeah, I wanted that so bad. It is so gorgeous. Oh, and then people are saying that it kind of actually tastes like wine a little bit. Like you kind of get that wine taste. You know. Um, Let me show y'all the Aunt Ruby's German green tomato. What it's supposed to look like. This is what it's supposed to look like. Y'all see that? Yeah. So pretty cool, pretty neat. So it might be yeah, that's just turning too yellow though. I don't know, y'all. Gosh, I want to cut it open, but I don't at the same time. I want it to ripen on the other side. What should I do? I'm gonna cut it open eventually. I'm gonna get it on. I'm gonna record it so y'all can see. Um, let's see. Okay, some goes the Great Diva and the Sweet 100 is sweet. I think that's what that other one was, Sweet 100. I think you're right, Diva, and I think Angela said that too. Maybe not. No, Angela says she never tried the Sweet 100s. Okay. Four Horn says, "What's the name of the tomato seed pack that you just held up? What did it look like? I don't know. This is the Aunt Ruby's German green tomato, and so it has a green flesh." And it will always be a green flesh and gel. And this is the black brandywine tomato. It is beautiful. Keep it up, keep it for another week, and then cut it open. Okay, you think I should keep this one for another week? I don't know if it'll last another week. I swear this side is so you can see that. See, I just put an indent in it right there. Watch. Yeah, like I don't know if y'all can see that. Can you kind of see it? Yeah, it's right there. I just poked. Yeah, it's so soft over here, but this side, not so much. Not so much. It's really like it's taking its time ripening all the way around. So I don't know if it'll last another week, but we'll see. Um, okay. And then, oh, I was going to show y'all something else too. Hold on. Has anybody ever grown the green zebra tomato? Anybody ever grown the green zebra tomato? I don't have a picture of that, but I think I might have one outside, and I think that's what it is. And somebody shared seeds with me, so again, I tried to label and keep them suckers around, but where is all of my tomato seeds? I feel like, I don't know, y'all. Yeah, the yellow pear. I planted the yellow pear tomato this year, and the pineapple tomatillo. It didn't give me nothing, y'all. Not a thing. That's the yellow pear tomato. Yeah, it didn't. I planted the pineapple tomatillo. I was told that with the yellow pear too, but I might be wrong about the yellow pear, but I did it anyway. With the tomatillo, you have to plant two tomato plants together, so they can pollinate each other. Yeah, it didn't work. Now my Romas though, my Romas came through. Y'all hear me? Roma tomatoes came through this year. That's my first time growing Roma tomatoes, and y'all, the Romas are very prolific. They're the first ones that ripened in my garden, the first ones that fruited in my garden, and they still fruiting, and they still acting crazy. I have two, I think two plants left that are just popping them out. No, one plant left that's loaded, and I pulled the other ones out because I'm trying to get ready for fall gardening. Y'all, I really feel like I just been so ambitious this year, this season, that I'm just tired, and it seems like the less time or the longer the I'm sorry, I can't talk, y'all. Um, as the season winds up and we go into the fall, that I'm just like, oh my god, I did not realize how exhausted I am, and how exhausted this garden has made me this year. And then that made me second guess everything else in my life, right? Because I'm like, dude, if I'm exhausted with this little bit of garden that I got outside, what makes my what why do you think, Letitia, that you can have an acre, size garden and be able to do, I don't know, y'all. But anyway, these are the things that are going through my head. I'm just trying to be real with y'all. And sometimes you do need people to like kind of give you that reality check. My husband is very supportive of everything that I do. He'll never tell me not to go for it. If I ask his honest opinion, he's gonna give it to me though. Okay. But he'll say, Letitia, do what makes you happy. Do what you feel like you need to resolve whatever it is inside of you, because if you're that passionate about it, if you're staying up at night thinking about it and dreaming about it, and then the next day that's all you want to talk about, then you probably should do it, right? And that's what been doing the past 3 or 4 years with gardening. Like, it's just something that I just, especially this year, like, it's in my soul to want to do it, and it's like I can't live without it. I have to do it. So but it doesn't mean that it has to become this unrealistic thing in my life. Like, sometimes you need to learn for yourself how much you can really do, and how much and it's okay if you can't do all of that. Your goals and dreams ain't like everybody else's, and sometimes you have to fine tune your goals and dreams. So I'm talking myself through this, by the way, if y'all didn't realize. And it doesn't mean that the goal won't be met, or hasn't been met, or the dream will not happen. But it just means, like, Letitia, just be real and tweak some things so you can be successful, right? Just and whatever that looks like to you, not what success looks like to other people. Yeah. Yep. So Diva says I did a few years ago. I don't know what you're talking about. You did something a few years ago. Four Horns said your tomato may be from two flowers that fuse. Yes, and people have told me, like, it looks like it's starting to cat face a little bit. Or maybe this is just a split. I'm not sure. And I notice it too. Like, when people present their tomatoes, they don't present them like this. They always turn them this way so people can see their butts. I'm like, well, I want to see the butt of the tomato. Don't show me their butt. I don't care what their butt look like. Let me see the character of the tomato. What does it look like? But anyway, maybe, I don't know. Four Horns. Linda says the first packet was Dr. Witchy. Yes, the yellow one was the Dr. Witchy tomato. This is the Dr. Witchy. And Four Horn says my Roma tomatoes didn't do much. Could be heat and disease. And Four Horns, I mean, mine really did well, but again, mine's not in full sun. It doesn't get 8 hours of sun a day. Didn't get it might get 6 hours, right at 6 hours, but not definitely not 8 hours of sun. I just don't believe that. Um, let's see. The sun. Let's see, it's overcast, guys, today. Um, overcast and hot as heck. I let's see. Yeah, I don't think mine get 8 hours of sun in the backyard. They definitely don't. But I do believe partial shade does help. Your tomatoes and things may grow a little bit slower, a little bit, but people end up shade clothing these stuff all the time because it's just too daggone hot. And I feel like partial shade, sometimes growing in partial shade that gets close to 6 hours at least, is really good for your plants. And those plants are in the ground; they're not in containers. So the one that's still loaded down with tomatoes, that I really need to get all of them off and just bring them in and pull up that tomato plant because it's leaning over and got the gangster lean and everything. I probably need to go ahead and do that. I was trying to leave them on there a little bit longer so they'll get a little bit bigger, but yeah, I think it's about time to wrap them up too. Um, let's see. Last thing, I'm curious about some of the plants that are producing blooms at the top. Most of the plants are dead, and I might pull them up anyway, even with the blooms. Yeah, yeah, because the plant is still alive, so it's going to do what it's supposed to do, which is produce fruit. And so the blooms, is the first stage of that. And so yeah, the plant dies off, but you have new growth at the top. Yep, that's the way it's supposed to be. And if it looks absolutely horrible, you don't have enough time in your growing season, even to get the fruit to its full maturity, then go ahead and pull it out. Yeah, but it'll keep producing blossoms if the tree is still, or the fruit plant is still alive. Yeah, and that's exactly what mine have done. Like, especially I think what is the Aunt German green plant? It's humongous, very, very tall. It is doing the gangster lean now because it just fell over. It's heavy. It's heavy, but it's producing blossoms like a crazy person. And I'm like, well, I don't want to take it out either because all these blossoms, but do I have enough time in my growing season? My frost date, I think, is October 20th or something like that. And so, this is August 17th. So 2 months to the first frost, predicted first frost date. Um, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the Tiny Tim tomato, I'll have enough time, which I hope, because I'm trying to grow that, and I actually need to go check on them because I see if I need to water. But I don't know. But yeah, if it's blooming, great. It just means it's still alive and it wants to produce. But do you have enough time? Is my question. Hey, Hidden Harvest, cutting wood today, just stopping in. Man, Hidden Harvest, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate you. The zebra tomato. Okay, Diva. Got it, got it. Hidden Harvest says start of end rot, blossoming rot. My Roma's outdoors had some. No, this isn't blossoming rot. No, no, no. It's I definitely know what that looked like because I had blossoming rot all year, which on my zucchinis, I'm pretty sure that was blossoming rot. And then I did, and then there was pollination issues as well, which can look sort of like blossoming rot, but it's more of a yellowing and not a brownish, um, with the pollination problem. But yes, Lev Farmer's in the house. Lev Farmer, hey, are you still there? Are you listening? He says he's at work and he's listening and supporting. Thank you so much for your support, but I really need your support. Okay, yesterday I went live and I showed y'all the two-faced tomato. Can you please confirm, because you're the only one in the house that was on that live stream yesterday? Everybody thinks I'm making it up and that I'm crazy. Okay, so can you please confirm that I did premiere the two-faced tomato video, right? I was live and I showed everybody the tomato and you saw that. Can you please confirm? Let Farmer, please, please, please. That would be such a great help, okay? Because I'm actually thinking I'm crazy too, because nobody's saying that they saw the live or saw the video. And what had happened was, Lev Farmer, I recorded the video like I always do, push the end stream, push done. I'm done with the video because I let people chat for a little bit and then I'm done. And then but it did not show up in one of my as an uploaded video or as a live stream video on my channel. So I lost that footage somehow. I don't know. It's gone. It's just not there. So that's why I'm broadcasting to everyone about the tomato, the two-faced tomato. So please confirm that you saw that. Yes. So he says that he was wondering what happened. Yes. See, I didn't make it up. Lead Farmer was there. Okay. Everybody believes Lead Farmer. Everything come out of his mouth. Okay. Don't fail me now. All right. Y'all believe him now. Okay. Yes, I was there. Okay. He has spoken. Yes, I was there and I showed everybody this tomato. And he, matter of fact, said, take a picture because I've never seen nothing like that before. And I said I did on my Instagram, and I shared my Instagram again, right? Yeah, Left Farmer confirms. He was there. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I knew I did that. See, Diva's still trying to cause problems. It's talking about I'm hallucinating. Yep, I did. Four said that she'd been successful with some plants like pumpkins, but not so much with big tomatoes. I can't grow a pumpkin, keep a pumpkin to save my life. And I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what it is. Pumpkins and melons this year, nothing. Squashes, nothing. Not a one to show that I even had a plant in the ground. Nothing. And y'all know my pumpkin plant was fruiting like a crazy person. Like, I mean, it was really taking off. And then it just died out. I don't know. And it wasn't a pot, but it was in a huge pot. And it was watered. And I felt like I was doing all the right stuff because I had so many fruits on that vine. I was so excited about it. I would catch pollinators out there. So I didn't feel like it was a pollination issue. It just gave out on me. So I'm not even sure. I don't know. Um we had 44 degrees last week at night. Hidden harvest. Oh my, 44 degrees at night. I wish, honey, I looked at the clock at 10 o'clock last night and it was 81 degrees. I was like, what in the world? It was so hot yesterday. Oh my God, it was so hot. And 44 degrees. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Mm-mm-mm. Where do you live, Hidden Harvest, is what everybody wants to know. And I think don't you live in I'm not gonna put that on you. Do you live in Canada? I think he lives in Canada. I might be wrong though. I totally might be wrong. I'm probably wrong. Let's see what he says if he's still here. Hidden Harvest, you still in the house? Where do you live? Miss Angela Garson said, where you live at with your 44-degree nights? That's quite interesting. Yep. Boom. David said he lives. No, Food Forest lives in Canada. Okay. Yes, I knew Food Forest lived in Canada. Yep. So, what else was I gonna? Left for me said, "No, she ain't all the way crazy." Yeah, I mean, I own my crazy. I own it. You know, I was sharing yesterday. Girl, anytime I'm sharing with somebody about relationship, everybody won't know, like, how you and Joe, the hubby, stayed together for so long. Well, listen, we've only been married for 12 years. We've been together 14. Uh, Now time has flown by. I don't know why it's a long time. It is a long time, but it ain't for real. Like, and I don't know. I don't feel like I should be getting that question. It makes me feel old, number one. Number two, 12 years married is not a long time. But I guess it is a long time to be in a relationship and to have that type of commitment level. I don't know. But it's interesting when people ask me that. But I always get real good and crazy when I'm talking to people about relationship because a relationship is a relationship. It don't matter if it's a friendship, romantic relationship. There are some basic like foundation things you need in all relationships. But then I get to talking about, how I felt some kind of way that he still had girls, hugging him and climbing on top and jumping on him and stuff like that when we first started dating. And yeah, I got to see, they got to see my crazy a little bit. He telling the story. Hey, you know what I'm saying? He needed to establish some boundaries. Now you get mad because this little boy calling me at 2 o'clock in the morning, just wanting to come hang out. There's no interest, there's no nothing. Okay, he was just a good friend. We were in college. That's what we did. We were up at late at night, just hanging out, talking, watching TV, talking about everybody else and what such and such was doing the other night. Okay, that's all we did. But you got little girls jumping on you and wrapping their legs around you and doing all this other stuff, calling you little baby cuddle names, whatever, Goo Goo's teddy bear. I think that's what she called him. I ain't feeling that. No, I had to go and tell them that's not what's up. Yeah. Um okay, this is the gardening channel. Oh, good grief. So yeah, I just keeping it real. Yeah, you're right, Miss Angela. That's it. That's all I know how to do. I mean, gosh, you just get to a point in your life where you just over that. You know, you can't, this ain't high school. We're not fixing to act like it is. I don't play games. I'm too old. I'm too old for that. Um she really went live and I called it. I thought it was my fault. The black cat of YouTube. You gonna call me the black cat? No, and I don't like cats. Live farming, Lord Jesus. Okay. Yeah, but he was there. So I really appreciate you confirming that because yes, I did go live. I just don't know what happened to the video. Yep, I really don't. Borhorn said, "You're not the black cat of YouTube." What are you growing for fall? Miss Angela Garden says, "Thank you, Miss Angela, for the question, y'all. I told y'all. So I started some seeds, and I started some collards. I started some kale. I started some Swiss chard, nasturtiums. Uh, None of my root vegetables. I will never ever grow a root vegetable crop, start seeds in a cup. I won't do that. Now some people do their beets and stuff like that. I'm not ever doing that. It's just a waste of time for me. Like I'm gonna direct sow the suckers every single time. Carrots, beets, onions, that stuff. Garlic. I'm not starting in a cup ever again. I never did cut garlic in a cup, but or carrots. But I'm just saying, all root vegetables I will direct sow for the rest of my life. But yeah, so I started those. I'm really interested in being really successful at collards this fall. And like the greens, collards, kale. I got some butter crunch lettuce. I think also planted some cauliflower. But I think I'm about to stop. I think I'm about to stop adding stuff to the garden. Peas, sugar snap peas as well. That's it. Like I really think I'm gonna stop with 5 maybe crops, but I really want to have most of my garden be collard greens and lettuces that are frost tolerant. Most lettuces are frost tolerant. The collard greens I don't think are going to be frost tolerant, maybe a light frost, but after that I think they may, bow out. I'm not sure. I don't know enough, but I really want to grow collard greens so bad. So that'll be most of my fall garden. But I'm in sugar snap peas. Like I was devastated in the spring when that didn't work out. So I definitely want to grow the sugar snap peas. A lot of them. Little big girl farmer just walk around the house eating them as a snack. I saw that video. Did I show y'all that video that one day she got mad at me because I wouldn't give her a fudge pudding? It's like a little one of them little snack pudding cups. And she said, fine. Because little big girl farmer be feisty sometimes. Y'all don't know that. She's sweet and she's a good girl, but she can be feisty. And I have to check her sometime. But she said, fine. Stump that foot and put her hand on her hip. I'll just eat some sugar snap peas. I said, okay. But take the bass out your voice. That's what I said. And she walked on and got her sugar snap peas. Sometimes you gotta let them think they're in control. That's all I'm saying. Make it work for you. Um, let's see. That's the only way to make it 26. Left Farmer says that's the only way to make it 26 years, like me and Lady Led. Yes, I mean you gotta. It's not easy. It's just not easy, like everything else in life. Something that means a lot to you that you're passionate about. that you love, um, you're gonna have all kinds of storms and craziness. Every relationship got their stuff, but people, I just be telling people all the time, like, look, it took work to get to where we are, and it's taking work to stay where we are and to grow together too. Like it, I mean, and you grow at different rates. All this, I don't necessarily have bought into that we grow together concept. There are things about a relationship, situations that present themselves and you have no choice, but like, we either gonna get through this together or not at all. Like, this is it, right? But I think everybody grows at different stages with different things. Like, there might be growth happening, but it may not be the same thing that you're growing at together at the same time. If that makes any sense. But yes, yeah, yeah. And congratulations for 26 years, lead farmer. That you don't hear that a lot nowadays at all. That people are staying together, and happy, and not that they're staying together just because the Bible says that we shouldn't part. All that crazy stuff. Um, um, and I just feel like sometimes people misinterpret all kinds of stuff in the Bible anyway. But um, Black people, the Christian community, I just bring that up because I'm a part of it, and I've been Black all my life, and I know how we talk and how we think. And back in the day, old school, it ain't just the Black community, but old school, you were married, you had your babies, you stayed together no matter what. No matter what. He can be whooping your butt every night, and you stayed together with them no matter what. You know, just stuff like that. So yeah, it's interesting to hear of couples that are together 15, 20, 30 years, 40 years, um, and they're happy. They truly are happy. There's joy in their relationship and in their marriage. Yeah. Yep. Um. Woo! Let's see. Left Farm said he's the black cat of YouTube. I started some seeds. I see right now. I'm a direct sower. Yep, yep. I've seen that a lot with you too. Like, you like direct sow. And a lot of people do like New Orleans gardener. She direct sows a lot. And you don't just want to put up the fuss of transplanting from a cup to whatever, or transplanting again from a cut to a pot, and then you putting it in the ground. It just, yeah. So if you could take out some of those steps, yeah, I think it makes it easier for you to garden. But yeah, yep, direct sowing seems to be the thing. It's just keeping up with the watering again, because your seeds are on the top of the soil most of the time, or close to the top, and so just keeping them watered well. I'm trying to say that M word. Y'all know how I feel about that M word. Um, direct sow roots now too. Learn from my mistakes. There you go. Flora said the same thing. Angel Garcia says, funny thing, I never heard of Nasturtiums before, and I never heard of kohlrabi. Yeah, but trying them this year. Yep. I've never gone kohlrabi either, but I'm interested in that. It just won't be this year. Maybe not even next year, to be honest. But yeah, I'm interested in trying that. Diva says, I've never grown kohlrabi, but I heard it's really good. Have you tried turnips? Forhorn says, nope, never grew turnips. Nope, just tried to grow beets. Were not successful with the beets. Had a lot of tops, leaves, greens, but the roots. And I found out that's because my soil was too high in nitrogen. So if you're going to be growing root or plants or crops for the roots, you need to have more phosphorus in your soil versus the nitrogen. Because if you have high nitrogen in your soil, you're bound to grow more leafy greens, okay, than roots. So I found that out this year. And it's true. And even the soil that you buy from the garden center, flip it over, look at the ingredients, and see what you see. Does it say, you see the NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, what percentage of the soil is that? Okay. And so if you buy soil that's high in nitrogen, well, you don't really need a whole lot of nitrogen when you fertilize, or if you choose to fertilize. There's all kinds of different ways you can do it. Again, I'm trying to make things in the garden as simple and not as complex as everybody make it to be. So, and you just have to figure out what works for you. Okay, you really, really do. You really, really do. I mean, take in the information, learn from others, of course, but you just don't have to do everything that everybody says, because some of them been whistling Dixie. Yeah. Hashtag them sweet potatoes, Diva Jones. Yeah. Somebody told me that I didn't need to water my sweet potatoes that much. As long as they're vining out, that I will have sweet potatoes. No, no. Um, so let's see. The only thing I'm growing for fall is weary. I'm exhausted. Yes, Liv Farmer. I feel the same way. I really am. I really am starting to feel the same way. Just tired. Yes. Exhausted. Long more than tired. Just more than tired. But I love life. I'm just trying to live it. I'm trying to live it, but I'm exhausted. Yeah. Yep. Um Nasturtiums, by the way, I never heard of them either, Miss Angela, but nasturtiums are edible. You can eat the flowers and you can eat the leaves. But I grew them because they're beautiful and they are were supposed to be a trap crop for aphids. I didn't see aphids on them nasturtiums. They were on my peas and on my kale all that gone season. Now they on my beans. Now, I don't have nasturtiums out there now because nasturtiums are supposed to be a cool weather crop or flower or whatever. And they will come back, I think. Yeah, because they reseed, they make seeds. So I had a video on that where I harvested seeds. I hope y'all saw that. But yeah, and they spread. So that's why I chose to put them in the hanging baskets instead of everywhere. But if you don't catch the seeds in time and they drop, you may have nasturtiums everywhere anyway next spring. So or in even the fall, I might see them in the fall. Do you still have a lot of growing time? Uh, let's see. And Lead Farmer, our Forehorn says she about to shut the whole farm down to February because she's so tired. I hear you. Yeah, and I think you should do what's best for you too. Like if it ain't worth it right now, it's just not worth it. And you get to decide what that is. Who cares what other people think? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to speak some truth, but I'm also preaching back at myself if you can't tell. If you can't tell. Okay. Forehorn says, or no, I'm sorry. Angel's Garden says, plus your trees will be yielding fruit in the fall, of course. Yeah, hopefully. Good grief, hopefully. At least the calamundins, the little oranges. I really hope those come through, but I don't know. The Meyer lemon, I'm just trying to keep everything else alive right now. That's my goal. Just keep you alive, and hopefully we can get through the winter and we could be together in the spring. But I don't know. I really do hope the calamundins work out. Happiness is key. We had almost 15 years, or almost 15 happy years. I wouldn't trade it for horns. Yeah, that is pretty amazing. And again, you just don't know what is going to happen, what life is going to throw at you, and it's like, why don't who got time for that? If you're not happy, y'all need to either figure it out, go to counseling, uh figure it out, talk it out, go to counseling again, if you really want to stay together. If not, then just call it. It's life is just too short. Life is just too short. Too short. And we just don't know. We just don't know. So like I'm all for joy. What sparks joy? And if it doesn't spark joy, then I need to reconsider. And it doesn't mean I cut it off. It just means we need to have a conversation. And I feel like that's the one thing that people underestimate, the power of communication. Uh, it's just, even if you say I don't trust you right now and walk away, you still communicated. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you need to come back to it, but just, or I just can't right now. Just tell something, say something, and quit holding this stuff in and letting it bottle up and cause problems later. Beets are finicky in my experience, Diva says. Yep, I do believe that. In the hot greenhouse, burning up seedlings, they just be perishing. Yeah, that greenhouse threw me for a loop this year. Yeah, I don't know. That's one of them things I'm trying to decide if it's worth it. I don't know about that. I don't know. Um, hey, Mikey Flo, what's up? Mikey Flo's in the house. Um, and then let's see, it took me 2 weeks, but I finally got a new vid out. School got me busy. Cool. Monkey Flow got some content out, you all. And then oh yeah, Diva, I know you're talking about the sweet potatoes. Yep. Told you the same foolishness. I'm wondering if calamandos are really late in fall, like kumquats. Well, I've never grown a kumquat. Did I tell y'all that's one of the words that make me giggle in the gardening community? Kumquats. Loquat. I don't know why that makes me giggle, but it's funny. It's funny to me. And y'all know other words that make me giggle, like chitting tomatoes or potatoes. When a potato chits, I don't know why that makes me giggle. I'm immature. I know. But that when a potato chits, it forms those eyes and those little the little sprouts be coming out. That's called chitting. Yeah. And yeah. Uh but I don't know the answer to your question. I have to go check it out. Yeah, please go check it out. I'm wondering if calamines are ready. I don't know. Okay, I just read that. Angela, is your cucamelon still thriving? Yes. Honey, the cucamelons have not given me any problems. I would recommend if you just want a low maintenance, heat tolerant, pest resistant uh fruit in your garden, grow a cucamelon. I have about 4 plants, I think, out there, maybe 3, and it's produced a lot. Like I've given away tons of cucamelons. I be eating them. Just it's just so simple to pop them in your mouth while you're out there. Pickle. I haven't pickled them, but everybody keeps telling me to pickle or freeze. Pickle or freeze, but most people say pickle them. I froze some though, because I haven't learned the whole pickling and canning thing yet. But yeah, cucamelons are all that. I really enjoy them. Um, when I grew them 2 years ago, 2 years in a row, I experienced no issues either. Nope. And I feel like I be seeing the cucumber beetle on the cucamelons, but I don't be seeing the eggs. So I don't know if it's just I don't know if they don't make it or whatever, but I don't have any problems with that. There is some dieback now, but just now. They're out there in full sun pretty much all day. So the cucamelons have been, yeah, they coming through this year. Yep. And my first time growing them, I would recommend them if you would like just something that's low maintenance. I would also recommend okra. If you've never tried okra or you're interested in growing okra, do it. They're low maintenance too. Once the plants are established, you have to water just like every plant, but you don't have to water often. They love the heat. They truly do thrive in the heat. There's not one time I went out there and saw the okra limping. Not one time. Or wilting. Not one time. Not one time. So I would recommend growing the okra if you want to try that. Um yeah, they will turn into the cucamelons will turn into a jungle if you allow them. Yes, so they are a vining plant and they're very, very, very vigorous. So you really do need to trellis them. Yes, don't let them suckers run all over the ground. They're easy to get up off the ground and everything, but they grab. Yeah, I saw where the vines started heading toward my tomato cage. Okay, and the vines eventually grabbed the tomato cage, and now they're growing all through the tomato plant. That's cool, whatever. But yeah, they love to run. So if you give them room to do that, they will. They need the room. They need the room. You're right. Hey Zoe, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here, Zoe, because um, early in the video I was talking about the two-faced tomato, so you have to check that out later. Please check it out. But I'm gonna show you what it looks like, and then you go back and check out the rest of the video. So one side is right, one side is green. Do you see that? Yep. Yep. So I just wanted everybody to see that. And let's see what else everybody's saying. Yes, please do, Miss Angela. Try them. Try them. I don't think you'll regret it. They really do taste like a little small cucumber. And with a hint of lime or lemon, yeah, behind it. I just be popping them off the vine. You gotta knock the little, bloom, the dried flower off, the little flower, knock it off, and then pop it in your mouth. Eat that sucker. Mm-hmm. Yes, on growing the okra. You can also wash, slice, and freeze. Hello. Throw them later in a soup or gumbo in the winter. Hello. I know that's right. Yeah, I've been freezing mine whole. I just be washing them off. I don't even what's it called? Blanch. I don't even blanch the okra. I don't remember my granny blanching okra when I was a kid. I just remember her washing them off, knocking those little things around at the top, and then because the okra, I believe the way okra forms is from the flower. When it flowers, the okra flowers and turns into, yeah, I think something like that. But anyway, she washed them off and froze them. Just threw them in a freezer bag and threw them in the freezer. So I'm freezing them whole, but yes, you can slice them up and everything. I agree. For home says yes, okra. I'd plant them in the northern end of a garden. Okay, good. Yes, they are real simple. What variety of tomatoes that? We was trying to decide. Uh, a lot of people were saying I think it's a Dr. Witchy, and I said, well, I don't think it's a Dr. Witchy because the Dr. Witchy tomato looks like that, according to migardener.com. Okay, so I don't think it's a Dr. Witchy. I really don't know what it is, to be honest. But I am gonna cut it open soon, probably in like two days or so. I'm gonna give it 2 more days, and I'm gonna cut that sucker open and see what it look like on the inside and see how it would taste. And then I'll let y'all taste it with me. Okay. I'll do a video so y'all can see. And let's see. Miss Angela says no need to blanch okra. Thank you. Okay, to freeze them. Just slice and freeze. Yes, thank you so much. Hey, Garden Realtor, welcome. We're just talking about this two-faced tomato that I got going on here. I did a live stream yesterday. People thought I was making it up. Lead Farmer confirmed that I was live yesterday talking about this. That's why I called it the Untold story, because something happened to the video. It's not on YouTube. The live stream wasn't uploaded to YouTube. Don't know why. I pushed all the buttons like I normally do, and it did not. It's gone. So I'm trying to figure out what happened. So I thought I'd retell the story of the two-faced tomato. You just have to go back and look at the previous uh, content. Let's see. Lead farmer. Oh, lead farmer's out. Be safe in the heat. Drink plenty of water. Yes. Um, your mom just asked you about the ugly tomato. Gardner Realtor says she had a couple of those. What did you have a couple of? The two-faced tomatoes? What kind of tomato was it, Garden Realtor? Huh, lead farmer said F water. I'm about to quit. Wait a minute. Don't quit, lead farmer. Don't quit. I mean, unless you got, if you got your backup plan together, that's cool. You know, Look, I'm thinking about Lady Lead. I ain't thinking about you. Don't you go home with no crazy foolishness. Okay. She ain't got time to deal with that. Oh, you here to the end? Thank you so much. Thank you, Left Farmer. Um, let's see. Gardening Realtor, I was talking to you. Oh, you think it's a Brandywine pink? You think this one is a Brandywine pink? Nah. Nah. Wait a minute. I might have read you wrong. Garden Realtor. Oh, yours was okay. Okay. Eyes tired balls. I know that's right. Shoo! That's a whole nother conversation too. Working for the man. Um. Yeah, 3 years ago, I decided I was going to retire from working for the man. I never say never because I have in the past, and that just didn't work out for me. Because life will throw some curveballs, and sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So I will never say never to going back to work, working a job, but that is not my wishes ever again. Never again. And but I'm not saying never. I'm just saying I would prefer to be my own boss and be in charge. Yeah. To an extent. To an extent. But I just prefer the being able to raise my baby. That's the biggest thing. Like having the freedom to do things I love, that really like living life, because I really felt like I just was not living life. I was working to pay bills, and that was it. We would come home, and this is before baby came. Come home, go to church house a lot during the week. But that was it. That was our routine. Work, pay bills, home, church, hang out time with the friends, work like a little bit of hang out time, and we would host most of those events. But then work, pay bills, work, pay more bills, work, you know what I'm saying? It's like what I mean, we would go out and stuff together on dates, but basically living to work and pay bills. And I'm over that. Over it. Garden Realty says she ain't ever going back. I hear that. My time is my own. Yes. Have you made RVP? Wait a minute. Four Horns? What you talking about? Four Horns Farm. Are you talking about something that I think you're talking about? Interesting. I've only heard that language one place in my whole entire life. So you know what? I'm going to message you about that Four Horns. I would be interested to hear your insight, your ideas. Not in this chat. Not in this chat, but I would prefer to hear. I would love to talk to you about that. Barefoot, you should be careful what you wear in your videos. Why? Because I know what she. Oh, got it. Oh yeah. You know what? I think I did do that. Well, and look at this, all the way across the country, and I didn't even know y'all were aware. Well, we'll have to talk about that Four Horns and Diva. Yeah, you did. I remember that, but I'm thinking, oh, well, maybe she just likes red. Because it was a red shirt, wasn't it? Oh yeah, I do remember that. Well, yeah, and there's nothing I want. I love talking about that business opportunity. And but not here, not here. I won't talk about it here. But yes, thank you all. Yeah, I interesting. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that Four Horns and Diva. But going back to they going back, make me go back to the streets. Oh Lord, just kidding. I'm way too old to run from the cops. I know it's right. I ain't got time to be running, ducking, and diving. None of that. Nothing. Lay low. None of that. Oh, that's so funny. Zoe said these streets ain't the same. Oh, Diva, set up a chat between me and you and Four Horns. Diva, if you can do that, that'd be great. I would love to chat with y'all about that. But y'all not going back to the streets because they are different. That's what I'm hearing. I ain't thank God I've never lived that life for real. Like I've been around it all my life and definitely have family that live that life, right? But I've never had to experience that personally. But the streets, and I feel like I mean the hustle, you're trying to hustle, period, in this life, like to make money, entrepreneurship, whatever you want to call it, mompreneurs. That's another hashtag that's going around, or, And it's just not an easy game. Business, having a business of any sort, is challenging. There are ups and downs in business, but you know, I kind of talk about this every once in a while. You know, four streams of income is what I want. Four established streams of income. And you know, I have two of those that are pretty consistent, and two, no, what did I say? One that's consistent. I know is consistent, and then two that are seasonal. But I really would love, and I haven't worked on a goal for like the dollar amount that I want every year coming in for each, because I'm, you know, I'm only 3 years old, 4 years old in the entrepreneur world, 4 years old. And so I'm trying to still figure some stuff out, but yeah, definitely. Yep. Education is my passion. So unless I start a tutoring business, I'll be working. Ah, and you should still start it. And I believe, okay, y'all are gonna take me there. Y'all are gonna take me there. Yeah, start it. Start it while you're working. I think that's the best and most intelligent mindset that you can have, is starting your hustle while you're working. Yeah, because again, it takes time to build, and and it's not. I just believe that's so true. I've completely bought into that, and I started my hustling when I was working, and was able to sustain myself only because I happened to be married to a guy that brings an income too. But before the baby even came, we were doing well. We were doing well, and I was working. He was a full-time entrepreneur. And then we kind of switched roles after baby came, because all kinds of things happened after baby came. Not just the baby, but she was a big part of it. And so we just had to change how our approach to stuff, which was cool. But again, you know, the end game is I want to be self-sustainable. I want to make money outside of a job. I don't want to work a job. So I need to figure that out. And he is very supportive of that. And we just figure out how to make it work for us. Yeah. And I think if more people did that in life, we would be so much, anxiety rates would go down, suicide rates would go down. We would spend more time with our families, feel more fulfilled in life, I think. But I'm not saying quit your job, quit everything and just go for it. Some people can do that, but not everybody. So I believe that across the board, though, working on your hustle while you're working a job and getting consistent income is the best way to start. To start. Yeah. Yep. Um, ooh, let me back it up because y'all didn't got crazy on me in the chat. Okay, Miss Angela, bye. Thank you for joining us. Um, let's see. Oh gosh, y'all, I don't know what y'all talking about, but left farm talking about probably break a hip. Oh my goodness. Um, my uncle was a teacher for 40 years, but he started tutoring and doing piano lessons while he was working, and he retired and still made money. Yes, more than he was teaching. That's what I'm saying. And it probably took us some time, but yes, once you get yourself established, it's getting established. That's all. And I believe that work and do your side hustle until it can sustain you. Do you want to replace your income? Figure out how much it will take to replace your income consistently on your hustle, and then but you work toward that, not just do it all at once. I do believe that. I really, really do. Not just because of that that one source of income that we're talking about, Diva in Four Horns, but I really do believe that across the board. If you start on your hustles, and Lead Farmer is a business guy too. I mean, he knows how to hustle. Diva knows how to hustle. And it's just, it does take time though. It does take time. Oh Lord, please don't end up in the hospital, Lead Farmer. Okay, thank you, Diva. Get your grind on, Zoe says. I just added another small business to my list. I prepare taxes. At Barefruit, between teaching cosmetology and tax preparing, I can maintain by the time I'm ready to retire. Yes, yes. I love it. I love it, Zoe. See, and it's the game plan, and it doesn't mean the plan's gonna work out all the time, y'all. It just doesn't. But at least you got a plan. You have a vision, and so work toward that. Retirement, and again, yes, you're gonna. I don't. People saying that they don't need retirement, 401ks and things like that in retirement. Um, that is not the most important thing. I don't believe that. uh I don't I do believe that we need to be focused on sustainability. So saving the money is cool because you have to live, right? And you need money to live. But in the gardening community, if we're also learning skill sets, to be able to grow our own food and building and planting things that are going to provide and produce for us long term, like all these trees, walnut trees. I don't have a walnut tree, but I would love to have three of them, right? Apple trees and all these orchards and things that we talk, those things. Yes, I think we should be thinking about all of it, not just saving money, but all of it, like a holistic approach to self sustainability. Yeah, we need to have money, because we got to buy gas and we got to buy food sometimes because we don't have enough. We're not producing enough now, but working up to all of this stuff. But anyway, that again, that's a whole nother conversation I would love to have with y'all. Maybe we should do a series just on what are your thoughts about being self sustainable. And that includes everything, not just making money, not just saving 401ks and investments and things. Although I love to talk about that stuff, I really did, I really did. But again, how can you become self sustainable even on your little half-acre homestead? What can you do? Is it possible? It is, because people are doing it. But I would love to have that conversation with you all. So yeah, maybe we'll do that next week. Um, let's see. I stay on the hustle. Somebody told me in a video, I'm a hustling. I'm hustling herbs. I said at least they legal. I know, right? I was considering it. I was like, so if I grow herbs, do you think people would think that's really weird and like grow a lot of them and try to sell them? And I'm like, no, people go to the store to buy them. Why is it weird? They try to buy them fresh and it costs them a lung to buy them, and then they buy them dried in containers. I mean, it's the same. I just, whatever. Do it, Diva. Do it. Um, so we can keep your behind informed on. Oh, okay. So you're including lead farming in on the conversation. Great. That is great. Um, Listening from my car, Miss Angela, thank you so much. We've been on here a minute. I didn't realize. But yeah, we're talking about all kinds of sorts of things. We talk about what we're growing for the fall. The two-faced tomato. I have a tomato that is ripe on one side and not the other, so it's kind of weird looking. Check that out. Do the replay so you can see that at the beginning. And now we're kind of talking about entrepreneurship and just hitting a little bit on everything. Just kind of wherever the chat takes us. Yep. You these mukbangs. Uh, yep. Yep. Do you know where you can get it better for cheaper? Yep. People they want quality products, but everybody do want a discount. They want cheap, but they want quality. And sometimes you can't do that though. Sometimes you can't do that, but if you have an abundance of something, why? Like I have holy basil. This is my first time growing holy basil this year, and it actually grew like a bush. So I put the basil next to this tomato plant. I put basil next to all of my tomato plants of some sort. And marigolds, and I will never grow marigolds in a container with a tomato again. By the way, um, I will never do that. It doesn't matter what type of marigold it is. I'm not doing that. Now, did I think that it helped? Yes. But I think I would prefer to grow the marigold in a container next to the tomato plant instead of or if it's in the ground, yes, that's fine. But I had marigolds growing also in the container with the tomato plant. Marigold roots are very vigorous. And as well, like they just, it was too much. It wasn't enough room. I just I don't even think really it matters how big the pot is because they're going to compete. And so I don't think I'll grow marigolds in a container again with a tomato plant in a container. In the ground, yes, but not in a container. I don't see that happening. Let's see. What are you talking about, Left Farmer? I'm so proud of you. Well, I'm proud of you. What are you talking about? Diva, is it Christ like? What? Wait a minute. What are y'all talking about? Is what Christ like? The holy basil. Oh, his its behavior right now isn't Christ like. He be trying to, he's a showstopper. He be needing all the attention because he is spread out everywhere out there. I'm trying to figure out how to dig him up though and put him somewhere else, or if I should. I don't even know if the holy basil would survive the winter time. I haven't done that much research on holy basil. I just know basil likes warm weather, but I don't know specifically about holy basil. So it's probably the same, but no, it's not. It does have a milder, I think it's a milder basil. Um, so, but y'all are something else. You need some basil. I mean, I have a lot of it. Like I don't even know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with it all. But if it bushes out like that, I'm really considering this front yard in the garden bed making a hedge of rosemary. I saw that in Green Organic Love, her channel, her front yard. Somebody did it before she moved in, but they made a hedge of rosemary. So I'm thinking, I don't know how I would do that. Should I just plant a bunch of seeds, or should I go to get transplants? It'll probably cost me a whole lot more to get the transplants and put them in. I don't know what to do. But that holy basil bushed out, and that's without me cutting it back or anything. It just grew like that. And so I'm thinking, shoot, instead of I might put that in the front yard too, because it's ornamental kind of when it starts to get the flowers and things and stuff, and it smells good. And the more herbs you have around, the more it deters mosquitoes are supposed to. Like your little potted plant of herbs is not going to deter mosquitoes. You need a lot of herbs, a lot of mints, a lot of stuff with lemon in it, lemon basil, lemon grass, lemon balm. All that lemon scent deters pests and mosquitoes. But I'm thinking about making the whole garden bed a garden bed of herbs. Yep. Um, let's see. Okay, I made the joke and didn't laugh that hard. It's okay. It was funny. I'll laugh that hard for you. You are the best. No, really, you have come a long way. I've been watching, listen. Oh, well, thank you. Left Farmer, thank you so much. That's a compliment. That's quite a compliment. Thank you. I have grown. I really have grown a lot. In gardening, um, uh, just being comfortable on with you all. And I think it just takes time. Like when you get to know people, it's like your family. In life, just a lot has happened this year. A lot that I don't even talk about on here, but and I don't think you should talk about everything on your garden channel. But I just but yeah, I really do feel like I feel good. I feel good this year. And but yeah, I do feel that way. Sometimes it's hard to own the crap. Uh, but yes, I do. That's hold. Hey, friend, how are you? I am actually live on YouTube right now, and I'm about to be done in just a second. I'm talking to my friend in California, y'all. I love him, and he's not here with me. But I'm. Let me call you right back, okay? Okay, love you. Bye. I didn't really mean to answer that. I just kind of hit the wrong button. But let me see what y'all saying. Bear fruit. What you want to do? What again? Ever? What are you talking about, Zoe? What grow the herbs in your front yard? Your oregano and rosemary are turning into shrubs. Okay, I'm about to have that seasoning. I got basil seeds for 9 cents a pack. Collard greens. Yep, yep. Did you get all your seeds, Zoe, from my gardener? All his seeds are 99 cents a pack. All of them. Wait till and until you start like growing like garlic and stuff, like sweet potatoes and garlic, that costs a little bit more, but pretty much all the other seeds are 99 cents a pack. Well, Love Farmer says wait till after Christmas and buy some rosemary bushes for next to nothing, and they grow super fast. That's what I did, and now they are huge. So, question, and this I'm just asking because I don't know. Are the rosemary bushes edible? Are the rosemary bushes edible? Because I'm talking about I want rosemary plants. I want to create a hedge, but are the is that the same thing? Is that what you're talking about? Rosemary bushes, they're edible, but buy them at the garden center because they'll be cheap. Hey, backyard gardener. Hey, great to see you. Yeah, I'm about to wrap it up on here, y'all, because I have to join my husband. The team is meeting to talk about his campaign, so I do have to get off of here soon. And he is doing great, by the way. Thank you all for all your prayers, support, thoughts, just positive thoughts about us as we go through this. But he's doing great so far. Um, we're having lots of fun, lots and lots and lots of fun. Let's see. Okay, folks, I'm going to the old folks' home. So all right, Led. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being with us. Yes, there is. Okay, the same thing. Okay, great, great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm still trying to learn here. You got to keep some legal change in your pocket. Yeah, Zoe. Listen. Yes, I agree. I do agree with that. I do agree. But I think that we need not forget where we come from, and we need not forget that the legal side of things, the government stuff, or things that are provided by employers, we have to have a backup plan. And I feel like sometimes people put so much into the plan A that we don't think about plan B, and we have nothing for plan B. And so we need to also think about plan B. Okay. And so, yeah, I agree everything with what you're saying. Everything that you're saying. Yes. Thank you, Diva. And it's the same plant. Yes. If you notice in Lowe's, etc., they put rosemary plant shaped like Christmas trees. It's the same herb, but lots. What? I did not realize that. Y'all be sharing some stuff with me. Um. Let's see. Full Roller. Hey, I'm not gonna be on here much longer, y'all. I have to go do this meeting. But yes, rosemary is edible. Yes, I know rosemary is edible. Lead Farmer had said that to go buy the rosemary bushes. And I was like, well, they're sold as bushes at the store. Is that the same as the rosemary plant? He's like, yeah, and it's edible. Go buy it. Okay. And they're cheaper because they'll be on clearance around this time. Sometime after Christmas is what he said. So and then Diva said that they actually sell them like Christmas trees sometimes. They shape them like trees. And I'm like, oh man, I didn't know that. So I'm going to look at that. Bye, Mikey Flo. Thank you for joining us. Good day, Garden Realtor. Thank you so much. Love you all as well. Lead Farmer said that he'll see y'all tonight. Lead Farmer, I hope I could drop in because we got all kinds of stuff going on with the campaign tonight. But I'm hoping I could drop in to catch out the lounge because I have not been there for a while, to be honest. I've been watching videos, but I have not been to the lounge in a while. Butterflies Home and Garden. Hi, I'm so sorry, Butterflies. We're about to wrap it up, but thank you so much for coming in. Please view the beginning of the video, the first about 15 minutes or so, and so you can see the two-faced tomato. Okay, I've never had a tomato ripen this way, and so I just wanted to share that with everyone. Um, but thank you so much for joining us. Uh, let's see. Yeah, they shape them like Christmas trees. Ain't that something? The rosemary bushes. It's better to get the smaller plants though. Okay. Um, Yeah, I'm almost done. We've been on here an hour and 34 minutes, 35 minutes. It just went over. So yes, thank you so much for returning and viewing the video. If y'all don't mind, I have 11 people in the house, 9 likes, 9 thumbs up. So if you don't mind hitting that thumbs up button, that would be amazing. Please share the videos. And, even if you tell people to look at the first 10 minutes, look at the first 15, because you're gonna show this tomato. Have you ever seen a tomato ripen on one side and not the other? Just kind of share with them. You can even tell them where to go to. They don't have to watch the whole live stream, because people see these lives and they're so long and they don't want to share those, or watch the whole thing. They don't have to do that. But yes, please share the first few minutes of the video where you can see the tomato, because I would love to know other people's thoughts too, about that. And we still haven't really figured out what type of tomato this is. It's definitely not the Aunt German green. It's definitely not, according to the picture, it's not a Dr. Witchy tomato either. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I grew. I don't know what this is, and it's unfortunate, because if it tastes good, I'm gonna be mad, because I really didn't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna try to say some seeds too. All right, I love y'all so much, and I will talk to y'all some other time. Hopefully, this live stream will save on YouTube like it's supposed to. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Zoe. Thank you, Diva. Thank you, Liv Farmer. Beautiful. Butterflies Home and Garden. Thank you so much, Zoe. Thank you so much, Angela, both Angelas, thank you for joining us. Mikey, everybody that was hanging out with us. Four Horns, thank you so much. They're probably gone already. Garden Realtor, thank you so much. Thank you all for joining me today, and I love y'all so much. I will talk to y'all later. Peace.